from Sky Sports News. Would you like to go ahead, Rory?
Yeah, I will, absolutely. Yeah. Hi, Jimmy. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Cool. Nice one. I wonder if you could start, Jimmy, by taking us through your preparation, really, for this huge test series. It's not, I don't know, it's probably a bit of an outlier amongst your 20-odd years in that you're not coming in from red ball practice and you've been sort of nicking a few sessions in between commentary stints.
Yeah, it's not been the normal preparation, but, you know, that's just the nature of this summer, unfortunately. There's not been much red ball cricket or red ball cricket this time of year, so we've just had to manage as best we can. I've got a couple of games in Lancashire, or one game that didn't rain, and then the rest of the time, yeah, I've just been trying to bowl in and around sort of other cricket that's been going on. So it's not been ideal, but we had a couple of good days here where the intensity's just gone up a notch. Feels like, you know, everyone's really sort of excited and yeah, hungry for the challenge of Test cricket coming back. And the last couple of days have really shown that in our intensity in practice. I think I
saw Stuart saying that you guys have got together to try and bowl a bit. Have you been, well, while everyone's been getting amongst the 100 and playing in that, have you two been keeping each other focused on the job at hand?
Yeah, we've like I said, it's not been ideal. There's been lots of other cricket going on, but it's all been white ball stuff, whether it's county cricket or the 100. So we've just been trying to find places to bowl, make sure that we're ticking over. We had a good net at Loughborough as well, the group of us last week. So it feels like, although it's not been ideal, it feels like we're definitely stepping up the intensity and ready to go tomorrow.
And what about this series? It's one of the kind of blue chip series when India come to town, and you know, it's a series you've got a lot of experience in, and you've had some good highs and some good battles with people like Virat over the years. How do you, on the eve of the series, how do you see it?
Well, like I said, for me this summer's been quite stop-start. So I think I'm like looking forward to getting my teeth into a 5-match series. I always think that, you know, it's a really exciting time at the start of a big series like this. We know how good India are, and yeah, getting into that, you know, 5 test matches in 6 weeks is quite, you know, it can look quite a lot, but I think for me it's really exciting that we've got this amount of cricket coming up. And I get the same feeling from the other lads in the dressing room as well. I feel like we're really ready to get going. We're really keen as well to improve from that New Zealand series earlier in the summer. I don't think we gave a great showing of ourselves. I think we can do much better than that. And yeah, like I said, the last couple of days has definitely been geared towards starting well this week and then trying to kick on throughout the next 6 weeks.
Nice one. Thanks, Jimmy.
Cheers, Rory. We'll go with John Etheridge and then Dean Wilson. Go ahead, John.
Hi, Jimmy. Do you think it makes it easier, the fact you've been doing this for 20 years, to sort of cope with this rather unusual build-up to the Test series?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's as I said, it's been unusual, but I think for me it's more about switching on and making sure you're in the right mindset as well. I think the bowling and the batting, whatever your strength is, you'll sort of once you're in the battle in the game, you sort of those skills sort of switch on. It's just about being mentally prepared for it. Being mentally prepared for Test cricket is very different to just turning up and turning your arm over in net. You've got to really be switched on, focused for 5 days, hard graft. We know it's going to be mentally challenging. It always is against India in particular, mentally challenging as well as physically. So it's just being very sort of making sure your game's in order, your all-round game is in order.
Got 10 big Test matches in. Does it feel like a big sort of last hurrah for you, or not?
Absolutely not. I feel like I'm bowling as well as ever. I feel great physically. I'm just looking forward to this series against India first, and then we'll look at everything else once we've got past this. I think it's something that I've done really well throughout my career, is focusing on what's happening right now. And right now I feel like as I said, I'm bowling as well as I ever have. I'm just really looking forward to this series.
Okay, let's go to Dean.
Hi, Jimmy. I know you're not the captain, but you're sort of filling that role today. Can you tell us anything about the team, about the balance of the side that you might go into? It looks like a pretty green surface out there. Is that one for four seamers, in your opinion?
I'm not the captain, Dean. I just couldn't say, mate. I think it's a tricky one because there is a bit of grass on it, but it's definitely changed colour in the last few days. It's starting to turn a little bit brown as well. So I'm sure there will be a spinner in our 12 tomorrow, but we'll find that out later. What I will say is we've got 17, 18 lads who are absolutely desperate to play the game tomorrow and in really good shape, looking really good in the nets. And we just can't wait to get going against this Indian side because, as we've already mentioned on here, it's the series against India is always exciting. There's always stuff going on, so we can't wait.
One of those 12, I guess, could well be Ollie Robinson. Obviously, potentially a first game back for him after a difficult start to his international career. How do you think he will cope with that return? And do you feel as a team that you're in a position to kind of cope with what he went through, and how has that affected the dynamics of you all with the kind of Twitter fallout from historical tweets?
Firstly, I think the way he dealt with it during the game at Lords shows a lot about his character. He bowled brilliantly that game, and I'm sure he'll do the same again. I'm sure, I know for a fact he's desperate to play, hungry to play again, and keep doing well because he's only played one game, but a great start to his Test career. And everything that's gone on off the field, that's now behind us. We can just get on. Hopefully, if he does play, he can carry on his good form in Test cricket.
Will you be wearing the Moment of Unity T-shirts before play tomorrow?
Sorry.
We will confirm that later. We just need to check. I assume we will be, but I will come back to you. And
just finally from me, James, you talk about how big this series is. One of the key contests, I guess, over a long time now has been you versus Virat. You kind of had the wood over him, I guess, in 14, and he played pretty well in 18. Round 3 here. How much are you looking forward to reigniting that contest, and how far do you think it will go to dictating how each team does in this series?
Well, I'm definitely excited to be playing against him again. You always want to challenge yourself against the best in the world, and he certainly is that. So we know how big a player he is for them, both as a batsman and as captain. He has a huge influence on their team. So we know he's a big wicket. And to be honest, I don't care if I get him out, as long as someone gets him out. That's the main thing. We know he's an important wicket. But yeah, that challenge. I think the challenging yourself against the best in the world for me is really exciting. And getting, they've got in their top 6 is riddled with talent. So it's going to be a big challenge for us seam bowlers.
Thanks, James.
Okay, we'll go to George DeBell and then Julian Geyer.
G'day. A couple of things. Firstly, is it your understanding that we're likely to have pretty flat wickets which don't play to home advantage in this series?
I have absolutely no idea what wickets we're going to get this series. I think, it's very hard to say right now. I mean, from my experience, the last 20 years of playing for England, we often ask for various wickets that we want, and what turns up on the day is often quite different. So we've just got to try and prepare as best we can as a team. Whatever pitch we get, we've got to perform well on it. And generally in England, you get good wickets, and I think that is what we want. We want good wickets. We want maybe some pace, maybe some carry for the swing bowlers, seam bowlers. The nicks to carry always helps. But generally, yeah, on good wickets, the best team comes out on top, so that's what we're after.
Secondly, there's probably more appreciation of how difficult it is to live life on the road. You've obviously done that for 20 odd years and seem to have coped with it really, really well. Just wondered whether there had been, without prying, whether there have been any moments that you found it really difficult, and also what advice you would have to other people as someone who has managed it for longer than anyone, really.
Of course, there have been difficult moments. I think everyone who goes through it, playing professional sport in whatever sport it is, goes through tough periods, whether you outform, loss of confidence, injuries, pressure and stuff like that. There's all sorts of things that you've got to try and deal with. And for me, it's generally about having a good support network around you, friends and family that you can rely on and lean on. And for me, I think a big reason that I'm still playing cricket is my wife. She wants me to keep playing. She encourages me to keep playing. She's quite happy to not be around the house, I think. So she's been really supportive. And if there's ever been low points, I remember 2019 sticks out when I pulled my calf in the first Ashes test. And it was a sort of second or third time I'd pulled the calf, and I was really considering whether I wanted to go through the rehab again. And she basically took us away on holiday and told me to stop being silly and carry on. So I think it's important just having that support network so you can get away from the pressure, have a good sounding board around you, and yeah, that support is absolutely key.
Thank you.
Okay, Julian, and then we'll do one more. Go ahead, Julian.
Hello, Jimmy. I just wondered why you think you've got such a good record at Trent Bridge, regardless of what pitch is prepared there. Why it suits you, your bowling so much?
Well, I got told the other day I've got 3 wickets in my last 2 games here, so I'm not sure it does suit me that much. But I think in years gone by, it's definitely swing's played a big part here. I think it's a ground where we say it about a few grounds in England where you look up rather than down the pitch. If there's cloud cover, if it's humid, and generally it's a good place to bowl. Usually the nicks will carry it. If there's a little bit of grass on the wicket, it will carry through to the keeper and slips. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I do like playing here. I feel at home here. It's such a friendly place to play. Turning up here, the stewards and the staff are incredibly friendly. So it's just somewhere where I feel really comfortable.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we're done actually. Unless there's anyone else. Okay, we'll call it a day. Thank you very much, everyone. Catch you tomorrow.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.